For centuries, people have been making wills to dispose of their property when they die, and if they don't make a will, there's a set of rules as to how their property will be distributed. But you can come across a case quite often, you can come across cases very often, where somebody loses the capacity, either because of physical or mental disability, to deal properly with their affairs, such as property, money, etc., before they die. Now, in a situation like that, the family have to take certain steps to take over. Their nearest and dearest have to take certain steps to take over and do the management for them. And this can be a very complex, protracted and expensive procedure. In many cases, will finish up in court. Now, there is a way around this if people want to avail of it. It's called a thing called an enduring power of attorney. What it means in simple terms is that you can nominate somebody who will manage your affairs for you. That has to be somebody you trust intimately, obviously, who will manage your affairs for you in the event of something like that happening. Now, it doesn't cover a situation whereby the person will be able to, outline what sort of medical treatment you need in the future, should you need medical treatment. That's a separate document and that's a separate procedure. This is about managing your property, your money, etc. Now, it's a document, as I say, called an enduring power of attorney. It just has to be drawn up and registered with an organisation called the Direct Support Service, which is a government-funded which is a government organisation essentially attached to the Department of Health. It's people needn't be scared about this, because I know that there isn't this sort of culture in Ireland. People, generally speaking, like to hold on to their property until they die, but this is for the unusual situation whereby they can no longer manage it. Now, the first point to make is that if you draw up such a document, you have to register it. You have to register it with the Decision Support Service, and that registration costs €30. However, you can change it at any time, you can adapt it at any time, you can cancel it at any time. There's no difficulty about that. Now, the other thing is, it's not valid. It's not a valid document unless it's actually registered. And in that registration process, it can be done either online, or if people who aren't used to doing online or who prefer not to do it online, you can make an application in the ordinary way by filling out a particular form or setting out the facts in a certain way. So that's called a paper application. They accept paper applications as well as online applications. There has to be a number of, at least two other people involved. Well, there's a question, you'll have to have a number of witnesses, but you must also have a solicitor to sign off on the thing, and you must also have a medical professional. Now, the medical professional needn't necessarily be a doctor. It can be somebody like a social worker, occupational therapist, etc. Anybody who would qualify for the title healthcare worker should be sufficient. How do you go about this? I mean, the vast majority of people, including myself, wouldn't be able to do it on their own. Basically, there's an organisation that will advise you on all that. It's called the Direct Support Service, and their website is www.myepa.ie, and they have a very good helpline. The phone number and it's a free phone number. It's 01 211 9750, and they will be very helpful to you if you wish to call them. Anybody who is thinking of doing an enduring power of attorney, it would be absolutely necessary for them to contact the Direct Support Service first. Now, I have myself, if you want to contact them, I have a detailed note on how they operate and what powers they have and what you can do, etc., and the options open to you. And if you want to contact me, just send an email to willie.od@oireachtas.ie, and I'll provide all that information for you. So it's something worth considering. Many people have complained to me about the difficulties involved when a person does become incapable of managing their own affairs. Now, there's an equally simple procedure in relation to how people's medical issues can be dealt with if they lose the capacity to make their own decisions. But it goes through the same organisation, the direct support service, and they can advise you separately about that. So all the details of the website, the phone number and my email will appear at the bottom of this will appear on screen at the end of this broadcast.